have
I
a.
know you
We
have
don't.
things to bitch about.
Okay, well, I guess we'll start it off. Why is our Logitech cameras not working properly with Discord? It's been a 3-month issue apparently. Um,
I've never had an issue with it.
for some reason, it's with the program itself because the web app works completely fine. I tried it last night. I didn't want to use the web app because I have when we're recording, I'll usually have Chrome open and I'll be switching a lot of tabs and shit. And chances are, with my luck, I would close the one that I'm currently on.
Naturally.
So, and since it's not really hurting quality yet, I think I can get away with it. But I don't know why.
Do you have the Logitech like software installed?
The only thing I have is the the G Hub.
That's your problem.
No, it's not.
Really?
Yep, it's not. It's not the issue because I uninstalled that last night as well, and it was still coming through at like 720p graininess. But everything else works like Zoom. Zoom was fine 1080p. Skype was fine 1080p. The hell else did I use last night? OBS was fine at 1080p. It was picking up fine and recording fine at 1080p. I don't know. It's just Discord. So
that's weird.
Yep. So that's my first rant. I mean, I assume they're gonna fix it at some point. I haven't downloaded like the test Discord server, the test one that they have out.
Yeah.
I can try that and we'll see, but it's just annoying. So that's really not a good rant, but there you go. That's my first.
You said you made it sound like you had a lot more to say.
Well, what can I do? I can't blame the Logitech. The camera's been fine. Like, I can't blame Discord because this is really the only issue. It's just Discord. And my workaround is using the web app. So I don't have an excuse other than it inconveniences me slightly. I mean, it's not as bad as, I don't know, I can't even think of something else that really bothers me right now. See, we'll have to get into it because if I'm trying to find it, it's not going to happen. But I don't know. You know what actually annoys me? Okay, this is actually, here we go. So I love water, right? I do not drink tap water. This house was built in the 1920s. I don't trust the pipes for shit.
No.
Regardless of where I live, I just don't trust the house pipes. So our fridge doesn't have the awesome filter water dispenser or ice cube maker. So we get the 5-gallon, big thing that we throw into our water thing. Yeah. Getting water delivery is apparently the biggest fucking chore in 2021. Really? You have to set up an appointment for them to call you so they can you can't do shit online. I went to 3 fucking websites. It was all, hey, fill out your name, your phone number. We'll get back to you and assess if we can bring you service. And it's like, how hard is it to just be like, oh yeah, we have a route there. Yeah, sure, we can add you to our fucking stop. So, because it's like, don't give me.
Do you get it through like Sierra Springs or something?
No, we go to what's the store? There's a store close to us where we can just fill it up for like $2.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is I don't like leaving the house.
Right.
And Shasta hates doing it. So it's always we're always at that point where, and we don't have extra.
Nobody wants to do it.
Exactly, and we don't have extra 5-gallon things laying around. Although that's my next step. I'm probably gonna buy like 10 of the fucking things, fill them all up at once, and then we'll have water for the foreseeable future. But it's just so fucking frustrating because it's like what the hell? We're in, the year is 2021. How do you not have a functional fucking website to deliver water to people's homes? It can't be that fucking difficult. I really can't. I mean, I need to check. I bet Amazon has a fucking water delivery service or something stupid. And they would probably be like, oh yeah, we can deliver water to you twice a week if you want, But yeah, that just bothers me. And I don't know why some companies feel the need to live in an age that we don't live in anymore.
Yeah.
Because it is 2021. If you don't have a functional website where you can take people's services, Like it already turned me off to it because it's just I don't want to get on a phone call. That's
Did you
why I went to your website.
did you check out Sierra Springs?
I'll have to check Sierra Springs. I believe they were the
Because they
same though.
really okay. Because I actually worked there for like a whole 3 days.
Oh, they did.
Because well, no,
Um,
not 3 days. A whole day and an hour
okay.
because I sprained my wrist on my second day.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
I
always fun.
tripped and fell and I sprained my wrist. Which sucked because they're like, "Oh yeah, no, like we're desperate for work. Like we'll straight up because I was there as a temp, and they're like, we'll straight up buy your contract
Nice.
because like we're that desperate for work, and you're actually a good worker."
Oh, nice, nice. Um,
Because the whole thing was like it started at like 1 p.m. and it was basically guaranteed 12-hour shifts because they had over 100 water trucks to fulfill orders for
oh, damn.
between the big bottles, between like they had like little disposable whatevers, but it was like basically guaranteed 12 hours a day
Nice,
when
nice.
it's 8-hour shifts. So it's just constant. Like I really enjoyed the work too because I knew I was gonna get fucking jacked throwing water around all the
Oh,
time.
yeah. Yeah, that is
Because
like,
they
that's a
were
no
like, oh
question.
yeah, no, like here's a really easy thing, just like organize and consolidate all these empty water things and like stack
Yeah.
all the empty bins over there and all that. And I did it in like 3 hours, and they're like, you're done? And I'm like, yeah, no, what's next? And then they're
Next,
like,
like,
oh
yeah.
hey, okay, here's what all the orders are. Like here's how to read the order sheets. And the
Nice.
first couple of trucks, I had some questions, but after that, I'm just like, okay, we need these, get that over there, get like this, that, and the other thing, and load this up. And
Okay, so to backtrack on my rant, it looks like Sierra Springs is reliable so far.
okay, yeah, they
Um,
seem to be pretty on top of things when I worked there. Again, one day, and
yeah.
this literally my second day, I sprained my wrist.
So that's interesting. I'll have to check this out, but they have an actual functional fucking website where I
Cool.
can order, get a service,
Yep.
and rent one of their water dispenser things, which is honestly $5.99 a month. That's not bad.
That's not
Like
bad at all.
that's no, considering it's the 500 series Storm Black bottom load hot and cold cooler. I'm all about that. So, um, all right, okay, thank you. Good, we found a solution. Sierra Springs looks like it might be an answer.
I got you, fam.
So that's definitely not a short rant worthy fucking thing, but I like water. I don't know what to say. So, and we already covered I'm eating poor person because when a loaf of bread is your hot dog bun and everything else, that's how you know you're doing good things in the world.
You've made good decisions to get you to this
You
point.
made good decisions to get to this point. Not investing in Bitcoin was a smart idea. So, by the way, I just want to point out at the peak of over 50,000, I would have been worth about $2 billion. So
Good for you.
let's just
Can you imagine how that dude who's got the 8 logins feels right now?
oh yeah. I mean, he has it and he can't remember. Me, it's like I just didn't jump when I should have, back in
Yep.
2010. So
Good punctuating it with the poor man's hot dog.
mhm.
So, ow. Jesus.
Yeah. But actually, I think we're just lazy and don't buy hot dog buns. We always just use kind of bread.
That's fair. No, that's totally fair.
Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe I do know why. I don't know. And to be fair, hot dog buns are generally shitty anyways.
Plus, they never give you the right. Like it's a 12-pack of hot dogs. Here's 8 hot dog buns. Go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, they do that, but you've always got the buns that it's just like, where they hinge, it's thin, it falls apart.
Oh
You can
yeah,
only get
hot dog
like
bun.
the shittiest of hot dogs in there. It's
Bro, hot dog buns are a fucking scam. Quite frankly.
they are a scam. I don't know. Your
Big-
lady was saying something.
What does this remind you of, dear?
There's a scene in Bulletproof Monk that they talk about hot dog buns and hot dogs.
Just how they never line up.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people are concerned about it.
I mean, even like we get the Beyond Burgers, like it's a non meat
Oh yeah,
alternative burger, and it's
I have a
like
story about this.
it's the best not meat burger I've ever had. And like we can get them for like an 8-pack for like $15 at Costco. Great. But
Yeah,
then buns come in a 12-pack.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I actually got to thinking about it. And I was like, okay, the way we eat these burgers, we might as well get 2 packs of hot dog buns or 2 packs of burger buns, and 3 packs of burgers, and we'll have a wash. We'll be set
It's good.
because we'll have
I mean,
we'll have 24 of each, and everything lines up.
It's
Oh,
good.
you having a cookout? Nope, this is just dinner for the next month.
So I have a Beyond Meat story actually. Shasta ordered food one day from a burger place over here, and I asked her, what she ordered, because she just ordered something and was like, "Oh, I got, I know you wanted a burger. I ordered you a burger." And she's like, "It's some sort of like Beyond Burger." And I was like, "Beyond?" She's like, "Yeah, it should be out of this world then, right?" That's what she was thinking. And I'm like, "I bet it is a fucking not real. It's the Beyond," and sure as shit it was. And I was like, "Yeah, that's not real meat." And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Look at it. It's obvious. It's not a real burger,
Yeah.
real hamburger." And she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." She's like, "I'll eat that. You eat mine," because she felt all bad and everything. And then she was like, I don't like this." It's just like, To be fair, I don't know. It has a unique taste. It's not as bad as like the older stuff they used to come out with.
Oh yeah, it's not as bad as like a burger or
Oh
like
god, yeah,
Boca's garbage.
yeah,
Yeah. There was the Sweet Earth that was pretty good, but then we found out that they were owned by Nestle, so we went, well, we're not buying that anymore.
yep.
But
Yep.
then but then we're like, oh hey, they have we tried the Beyond Burgers, and like, this is actually pretty good. And
Yeah,
it's good
yeah,
to
they're not bad.
just fry them up in the they hit my I need a greasy burger fix.
Yeah, I really want a burger now.
They actually put like chunks of, because the way they make it like greasy the way they do is they actually put like little chunks of coconut oil throughout that melt as you cook it, so it gets
That's
that
nice.
juicy burger.
That's nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I really want a burger now, though. So that's the thing.
And then
Even though I just had hot dogs.
I have also tried the Impossible meat. I haven't tried the Impossible burger or the Impossible Whopper at all, but there's like a fast food ish sort of competitor to Chipotle called Qdoba.
Oh yeah.
And they have the Impossible meat as like burrito filling, and it's really good.
Yeah, I haven't tried the Impossible. I mean, because the Impossible's supposed to be like
Impossible is a lot closer than Beyond.
Than Beyond. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Flavor wise, it's a lot closer. I still need to try the Impossible Whopper, but I avoid fast food as much as possible.
Should I order an Impossible?
Also, you should talk about your 34-day reset.
What's going on over there?
She's trying to get me to talk about budgeting shit.
Budgeting? What the fuck kind of podcast are we running here? Dude, a few episodes ago, we were talking about combining stimulus checks to fucking buy the goddamn Titan. Or the This is not a budget podcast. This is definitely not a budget podcast.
Well, no, it's not. But like, we are, Julianne and I are doing like it's called a 34-day challenge with the budgeting software that we use, where we basically just, for 34 days, we only buy essentials. So we know, so we know exactly how much money we need to get through, and we can kind of redistribute the wealth, as it were.
Yeah, that sounds like socialism. I don't know if I like that.
I'm on board. Sign me the fuck up.
Redistributing wealth. I don't know what you're trying to pull here, sir, but
I'm redistributing my own wealth to myself.
This is an American podcast.
Hey, no, and that's it's precisely that. I'm redistributing my own wealth so I can spend more money to feed the capitalist machine.
So since I just said that, I have now a great idea for the intro to this one. You should just put in an eagle scream and explosions, and then probably have like a flag that just flies in the background for a split second.
I can do
This is the American podcast.
I can do that.
So yeah, I feel like that needs to happen. Although we do actually have an agenda set for today.
Or I could just cut this bit as a short and have like a shitty melodica. Oh, beautiful. I guarantee I could find one with just like a flag overlay.
Oh yeah,
this is
definitely.
the American podcast.
Yeah. So what are we doing today besides our five worst games?
That was
each. Was that it?
Really, I didn't have a lot much else to talk about. I didn't do it. This week fucking wiped my ass out.
Same.
I had to spend 4 hours outside of work doing work.
Oh my god.
Right? I had to fill out a form so I could actually get paid for it.
That's good though. At least you got paid. That's
at least
good.
I'm gonna get paid. So like that's 4 hours of work, but
so you remember how we were talking about the AMD using chiplet design for GPUs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So their next Instinct cards coming out are expected to feature chiplet design GPU.
Okay.
Not a guarantee, but
that's what we need to talk about is the 3060 and the crypto card.
Oh, dude, I feel like Linus already did a good job.
And that's the thing is Linus covered it so well, and like now I actually have a moral stance on not buying Nvidia.
Yeah.
Because they are literally just creating waste. And I'm not about that shit. It's just, and the fact that Nvidia thinks they're going to have unhackable drivers is laughable. The fact that they had the balls to actually
say it.
They said it on the internet. That's literally a challenge. Oh, hey, this is this unhackable driver. Okay, on it. What the fuck were they thinking?
I don't know. Also, Intel is gearing up for their gaming discrete graphics cards, which I have to be honest. So they're up to 4,096 cores, 16 gigs of VRAM, and there's going to be 6 variants of them. And I would not mind seeing decent performance out of this. To be fair, I feel like a third competitor would be great. And considering Nvidia's new stance on, oh, by the way, we're just going to create waste wherever the fuck we want.
Yeah,
it'd be an interesting take to see what Intel does. It's definitely interesting. It's because they're just, I don't know. We'll see. I know they're supposed to be going out in pre-builts first. Linus was a little upset because he wanted to get one to test out, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it's really going to come down to, does Intel have a good driver team? I would hope that they threw a ton of money at that, but I mean, I've also seen clients reuse code from things that never worked. So that's where I'm at in life. I've seen a lot of stupid shit. So that was interesting. I don't think we have actual looks at them yet. They should. I'm sure they'll look gamery. I'm actually curious. I'm actually really curious too if they're going to have any board partners, because I don't think there's been any announcement of board partners. That would be
an interesting
development. That would be. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know. Tech's been kind of slow, other than the 3060 debacle, which, like I said, I feel like Linus did a really good job on covering that.
Yeah.
If anything, I feel like you should put a link to that video in the description, just throw that out there. I mean,
Yeah.
look, Linus is sometimes out of touch, but when he's angry, he's usually pretty on point with shit. So
Yeah, and he's generally pretty good at articulating his anger well. Like
yeah,
the only time I've ever seen him actually lose it is when what was that whole reason he like went on a whole like tirade on the Wayne show a couple of months ago.
oh, I don't know. I never
I know
watched
I
the
know
Wayne
it
show.
I know it resulted in him saying in video go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't recall. Hmm.
And I remember it being a very like he was definitively in the right. Let me see.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I feel like he's generally on on point when he's got
He
anger.
like
It,
all the
there's very few
yeah.
times he's had to apologize for something he said.
All of the gaming companies are like, oh my god, we're totally in touch with the game. Like Linus is actually in touch with gamers, and he actually understands what.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely the niche group of tech tubers that are still understand and still realize how privileged they are to be, to have the things that they have to test and do all the other shit. I mean, I know what Gamers Nexus really still doesn't take any sponsorships outside of their own Patreon stuff.
Which I fucking good for them.
Oh yeah, and honestly, I would love to get a mod mat and one of their mouse desk mats because they just look fantastic. I would 100% put a mod mat on the wall, just hang it because it's just
I have a friend
it's just
who
awesome.
He does so much PC tinkering he actually uses it for its intended purpose.
Yeah, see that's awesome. Yeah, and I like the sizing and everything on there. Yeah, everything that they do, it's just I still think the best one was the gaming chair episode that they released because that was, oh my god. I just love those fucking, as soon as the one editor sat in that fucking Verta chair, it's just like, oh, this fucking piece of shit. God, I thought we got rid of all these. Oh man. What else? Oh, gaming news. They're releasing a new Pokemon game. I don't know if you saw that.
It's okay. They're releasing they're re-releasing Pokemon Red and Blue. Got it.
It's a actual open world Pokemon game.
Is it though?
Yeah.
They said the same thing about Sword and Shield.
Nope, this is Breath of the Wild with Pokemon.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. So everything that they previewed in the video, it's actual, like you can hide and brush and throw Pokeballs at Pokemon to catch them, or you can battle with them. There's none of the random encounters. It's all just there. It looks interesting, but it also looks like it plays like total ass on the Switch. So,
that's kind of where I'm at with it. Is like it's either I don't expect it to be anything more than okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe Game Freak has learned. I don't doubt it, but maybe if Nintendo finally comes out and says, "Hey, by the way, there's going to be a Switch Pro," I'll get involved. Oh, I played the Outriders demo.
I still need to check that out.
It's okay. Here's my take on it so far. First, the demo did a really good job of getting me interested in the game, and it showed people the starter area,
right?
Which to me seems like it's going to be, as it is now, it's just there to show you what you're doing. Like that's it. It's just that's it. So everything's kind of corridory right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, so people were complaining about that. Like, oh my god, it's just another corridor shooter. It's like, well, no, this is literally the beginning area. They're trying to show you how the game works. They're trying to obviously make it, because it's what it is it reminds me of essentially Gears of War meets Destiny skills and different types of characters.
Yeah.
With
I've heard descriptions. I've heard it being sort of akin to like the Division as well.
Yeah, with akin to the Division, 100%. And that's not bad because honestly, the classes seem really fucking cool.
Cool.
Like the skill trees seem really badass. You could only get to level 7 in the demo. I believe there are 50 levels total
Not bad.
upon release.
Not bad.
It's a skill point system with the skill tree, which looks like you can full spec into one of the three choices,
Right.
and then throw bits and odds here and there, which I'm all for. The Technomancer that I was playing, which is like a long range support class, pretty much like a healer in a sense. Oh my god, dude, the skills. I was looking at these skills just like this is fucking awesome. Because it's like I've got a proximity mine, I've got a turret I can bring up that offers support, and every bit of damage I do with my passive, I heal back a certain percentage back. So if I need to, I could also go out in the blaze of glory and try to tank damage and heal up while I kill.
Yeah.
If need be. But it's like the tank class looks badass. One of my other buddies was playing a pyro. I mean, it was just, it plays really well, and it plays like a solid looter shooter. And the developers are People Can Fly, who have created amazing games like Painkiller and Bulletstorm.
Okay.
All games where gunplay was fucking fantastic. And so far, this game looks like it's going to have really solid gunplay.
Cool.
Which, for a looter shooter, is kind of what you need.
Yeah.
You know, that's what everybody bitches about. Oh, it doesn't have as good gunplay as Destiny. And it's like, well, what? I don't know. I don't think Destiny has really good gunplay. Destiny just has
heads.
Yeah, Destiny just has a lot of fucking guns. Like, I don't, you know,
like,
whatever.
Destiny has a lot of fucking guns. Destiny's, like, what really sets Destiny apart is the skill trees and the skills themselves.
Yeah, which this has skill trees that, you know, you can spec different skills into. And I don't know.
Trees, I think of Ethan struggling to say skillet for 2 minutes on Unisonis.
Kill it.
Like, it's genuinely 2 minutes of him not remembering the word skillet. Skillet. So he's like, skittle turtles, skittle. No.
That's amazing.
And then, like, Mark starts scratching his beard. Scratch. No, this isn't a hint. This isn't a hint.
This isn't a hint. But I don't know. I still want to see, though. I think I'm gonna give it. I'm hoping that some streamers get early access to it before general pop. But I like the developers. I really do like People Can Fly. They've made fantastic games. They're no bullshit. They haven't, you know, they're not a bullshit company.
Well, and Square Enix is generally pretty good about backing solid projects, like Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
That was
cool. Oh yeah. Yeah. And also the writing so far has been fantastic, because what little quests you can do, and the story. I mean, the story itself too is like, oh shit, where are we going with this? Like, there's a lot of shit going on.
That was what got my attention to it, is like what looks like the actual lore of the game.
Yeah.
Just in the one trailer that I've watched, and I was like, there's some lore in there that I'm fucking into.
Yeah. No, I was 100%, because, you know, you start the demo and it's before all the bad shit happens.
This is the prologue.
The prologue, and it's like, oh, I was like, damn, I was really hoping for more like of a gritty sci-fi dystopian world. And then as you're going, you're like, oh, there it is. Okay, now we got it. All right. Oh, I see how they connected that. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. I was like, yeah. And yeah, no, seriously, as soon as you come to crazy dystopian land, it's like fucking Mad Max, dude. It's a total 180. You go from lush, heavenly, beautiful world to, what the fuck is happening? Why do these guys have barbed wires wrapped around their face? And what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome. So, yeah. I would definitely say check it out. And if you want somebody to play with, I think I still have it downloaded. If not, I can just re-download it.
Yeah, you could just click download, sneeze, and then be done.
Yeah, probably. I wasn't gonna mention how sweet Fiber is, but it's so great.
You have the look in your eye.
I know. I think about it every time.
About downloading, I can tell you get a little tingle in your pee-pee.
A little bit. There's a slight quiver, you know. So I would definitely check it out, though. It's like 20 gig download.
Yeah, no, I already have it downloaded. I just need to actually play it.
Oh, well, shit, dude. We should do that after the podcast if you want.
Maybe.
Unless you got stuff.
I think.
But
if
you
we were gonna try and do some stuff, I need to touch base with Juliana because we talked about grocery shopping after.
yeah. Well, I mean, the first part, anyways, you got to fly solo because it's all prologue and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, great game so far. I enjoyed the demo. Like I said, I hope somebody on Twitch, which I'm sure somebody will on Twitch. I'm assuming like a Co-Carnage or somebody's going to get early access to it.
I mean, it's coming out in April, so there's
April 1st, yeah. So, so I imagine probably late March that week, before April 1st.
So
somebody will have early access.
Speaking of Square Enix and Square Enix games,
I swear to God, if we're going to talk about the Avengers, I'm going to lose my shit.
Oh,
so.
God, no.
Okay.
The PlayStation Plus free game of the month for March.
Oh, yeah, Final Fantasy VII
remake.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm stoked. Also, currently, it's Control Ultimate Edition, by the way.
Oh, really?
If you wanted to check that out.
It means I have to re-up my PS Plus.
I was like, hey, I still have PlayStation Plus. I'm gonna grab that. Plus, there was another game that was like Concrete Genie that actually looked pretty neat. Like it was like it's a weird game, but it's like visually appealing. It's got really good ratings. Like it's all like 9.5, 10, 9, 8, 4.5 stars out of 5. Like it's all really high ratings. Like the art style is actually really unique. So I was like, hey, I'll grab that, check it out.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been, I don't know. I feel I was psyched to try to get a PS5, and now it's just kind of like I can wait. Right. But to be fair, I don't think there's really anything worthwhile out yet.
Not yet.
You know, the biggest things I'm waiting for: God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Zero Dawn 2,
Forbidden West.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah, Forbidden West. Yeah, Horizon Forbidden West. Honestly, those are the big two for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I had anything else because those are just like, yeah, gotta continue the story.
Like I don't even really care about like Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Oh man, that does look like I do because I do like the Spider-Man game that came out. That was really good.
But that's my understanding of it is it's effectively a DLC. Like that's how much content there is. It's basically just a DLC of the first game for $40.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could wait.
Because it doesn't even like showcase PlayStation 5 capabilities. It's just like, here's a Miles Morales game because that's what everybody wants.
I thought the ray tracing was exceptionally well done on it.
Other than the ray tracing, which everybody just turns off anyway, because you get half.
I know.
It's literally half your.
I know. It's so funny how that. It's like it's there, but people don't really use it, like, even if they can. I don't know.
But then there's like the actual like interesting functionality of the controller that they've added. It doesn't take advantage of that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Then there's a lot of games that do, which that's pretty cool. I still think the controller is very interesting with how they set it up this time around. Yeah.
Really.
Although I've heard now they're suffering from drift as well. So
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it seems like every company has issues with drift. Oh, did you hear EA finally cut Anthem completely?
Doesn't surprise me.
They were basically like, yeah, we're just gonna cease production on whatever the fuck we were doing, and there you go. That's where it is.
Yep.
So, God, that is disappointing because that game looked great, sounded great, played fun. It was Iron Man Destiny. I bought it. I played it a few months ago for 15 minutes and then reminded myself why I don't like it.
Dude, it came out years ago.
2019.
You played it again.
Yeah.
For like 15 minutes and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it's just
that's the problem with EA. If it doesn't immediately
so
do
much
well,
potential.
They just scrap it.
Well, to be fair, it came out in 2019 and BioWare shit the bed with it. So that was supposed to be their A-team performance, which is why Andromeda was like, they were like, this is our B team, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, BioWare is just not BioWare anymore.
No.
I mean, let's be honest.
It's really not, which is a
Yeah.
fucking shame.
Yeah, but hey,
I am excited for the Mass Effect HD remake that's
I
coming.
am as well. I will be getting that because like I said in our top 10 list, I need to play the third one still. And I think that'd be a good time just to run through all of them again.
Yeah.
And get all that stuff done. Because, damn, if that's not nostalgia. What was that? That was number 4 on my top 10 was Mass Effect 1 and 2.
I haven't played Mass Effect since I was active on my Xbox. Like, I finished Mass Effect 3 within a year of it coming out.
Jeez.
And
yeah, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. It was like 2010.
But yeah, I'm stoked for that Legendary remake and everything. That should be good. Oh shit, dude, should we just get into it?
I think we should just get into it. I mean, we've been at it for over half.
Worst 5 games.
Worst 5 games. You go first.
5 games. You want me to go first? Okay.
First.
So let me preface this. So it's not a terrible game. It's not a game where I outright just invokes anger. But coming from what I was used to playing and what this is and how clunky it was, it just annoyed the shit out of me. Number 5 for me is GTA 4 on the Xbox 360. It had an interesting story, yes, but it was clunky. The game was clunky. The physics were clunky. Everything about it was clunky. And coming from...
I feel like 4 in general just kind of got skipped over. Like 4 came out,
did.
And then very shortly after 5 came out, and it was a massive success.
Yes, 5. I mean, okay, so if you look from... I mean, you had GTA 3, which was basic. It was bare bones. It wasn't pretty at all, but it played well. It had compelling missions. You know, it had you start out as a thug, you end up as a crime lord. Like, you know, what more do you need in a sandboxy world? And then you had Vice City, San Andreas, you know, after 3, which were fantastic. Vice City took you back to the 80s and just all time. You know, you basically played Scarface the whole time. And then you had San Andreas, which was huge, massive world. Great story building. You could customize your character more finely. They nailed everything. And then GTA 4, which just seemed clunky. Like the engine could not support what they were trying to do. Everything about it just felt weird. It just was not great. And then obviously GTA 5, here we are, where they've ridden that coattails through, I don't know, when did that come out? 2013?
Close to it, if not 2014.
Yeah, and it's gone through iterations on Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series, whatever the fuck, you know, PlayStation 3, 4, and 5.
It's coming out for the 5.
Yeah, I mean...
September 2013.
2013, almost 8 years old. Still looks gorgeous. The mods for it, the photorealism mods for it, make it look fantastic. So GTA 4, it was clunky. I don't outright hate it like I will on my number 4, my number 2, and my number 1. But it just, I bought it, I played it, I maybe put a few hours in, and I never touched it again. It just was not a good enough game to hold my interest. So that is my number 5.
Okay. My number 5. And this is a very sort of subjective list. I'm sure there are people who actually enjoy these games and really like these games and blah, 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 blah. But you know what? Viscera Cleanup Detail Shadow Warrior can go fuck itself.
I think I own that game. I've never played it.
I've played it for
you just clean shit, right? That's the whole point of the game,
right? But it's like actually tied into Shadow Warrior, the game Shadow.
Oh, really?
Warrior. So, you're going through after the main character of Shadow Warrior has gone through and murdered everybody, and then you're cleaning up the mess. And like we were doing it as sort of like a little joke thing because that was back when we were doing a YouTube channel, Juliana was playing Shadow Warrior, so I was like, oh, it'd be really funny if I came in and did like Viscera Cleanup Day Tale Shadow Warrior. And I did that, and it's the worst game controls wise. It's impossible to do anything with any efficiency because it's all physics based.
Oh yeah.
And like,
yeah.
you know, you've got a mop, but that has a limit of how much blood it can absorb, which is paltry. So you have to go clean that up, and it's just like, how can anybody enjoy these games? How can anybody? And it's like, oh well, here's some more goop. Put that in the disposal thing. Oh, it was just awful. Like I couldn't even make interesting, like back when I was in like hardcore YouTube mode, like trying to make it work.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't even like come up with interesting, like witty banter for it because I was like, I'm gonna clean out my mop. We got oh, I dragged the bloody body part over a piece I already cleaned. Gotta go mop that up again. It's just
awful,
so bad.
Yeah, I personally have never understood the appeal of those games, so I would never touch it. The fact that you have played it and absolutely hate it basically reaffirms that I will never play that game.
Awful. Absolutely atrocious.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right. Anything else to say about it?
That's
you good on
really
that one?
all I have.
All right.
Hot garbage.
Okay.
Don't play it.
All right. So my number 4, and God, how you take a series of games and fuck it up is beyond me. My number 4 is Fable 3, which is fucking awful.
I thought about putting that in there, but I can't give it a fair shake because I've only played Fable 3. I don't have the first 2 games to compare it to.
Compared to the first 2, it steps so far back that it shouldn't even be considered a fucking Fable game. I got it for free. I played it because for me, I was like, oh my god, I love Fable 1. I love Fable 2 because it was even better than Fable 1. Oh, what could they have done now? Holy shit, they created a game that's not even like the other 2. What the fuck is going on? Every major thing that they had system-wise in 1 and 2 to create a sense that you're actually doing shit in the world, they removed that completely. They gated other aspects of the game. They made a bunch of stupid decisions with other shit. I thank God it was free and I didn't spend money on it because I would feel like that was the worst purchase of my fucking life.
And that was how it was for me. Is it came with the Xbox that I bought.
Yeah. I think that's how I got it too. Is it came with an Xbox 360 that I bought.
I bought an Xbox 360 and it came with a digital download of Halo Reach and Fable 3. And like I'm playing Fable 3 and I was like, yeah, people really like these games, and I'm playing it and I was like, I don't get it. This doesn't
exactly.
Like, how do people?
Because it's not a Fable game. It's only a Fable game in name. Otherwise, it is not a Fable game at all. And it's just I hate such disdain for that game because of how much I enjoyed the first 2, and I really hope that Microsoft learned their lesson, and with this Fable reboot, they don't fucking do something stupid.
Is it a reboot or a sequel?
I believe it's a total reboot.
Okay.
Or it could be a potential prequel. I'm not 100% sure where they're going to go with it, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. So yeah, Fable 3. Fuck that game. Hate that game. It was free, but I still hate it. So, there you go.
Okay. My number 4 is Mighty Number 9.
Oh yeah.
See, and I should have prefaced this before mine, but this was actually a harder list for me than my 10 favorite games. Because I'm very scrutinous with what games I
buy. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Play. I'm very so I don't just go buy video games and play them. Like I'm very picky about my video games, so it's hard for me to be like, oh, well, I didn't like that. Because if I don't think a game is going to look interesting, I don't play it. But I saw Mighty
Exactly.
Number 9, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I'll give that a shot. And again, this was back in the YouTube days when I was
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
make gaming content. And it's so trying to be Mega Man and failing.
You know why though, right?
Wasn't it the same creators? Or like
Yeah.
some of the original
Yeah.
dev team?
The same guy that created Mega Man
Yeah.
was yeah.
It's trying so hard to be Mega Man and just missing the mark at every step of the way. The controls
Yeah.
are not like it just doesn't work well. Even aesthetically, it's not great. And then we get
Yeah.
Mega Man 11 and it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean that was a completely different team. I remember following that Kickstarter.
Yeah.
For Mighty Number 9, and I think I actually bought the game on PlayStation, on the PlayStation Store. But yeah, no, I totally felt that it obviously it felt and looked like a Mega Man game because hey, it's the original creator of Mega Man.
Right.
Why wouldn't it? But it didn't have that same soul that Mega Man has, and it's just kind of like, all right, I get it, okay. Yeah, all right, here we go. And yeah, it doesn't play the same, or at least it doesn't play enough like the other to make it worthwhile and worth playing. Yeah. Oh, that is a good one. I should have put that on my list. Damn. Number 3 for me, I don't even know if you would have heard of it because this was a Steam game. This was back in the early days of early access on Steam. And I think you know me by now. I'm a fan of like city builders, things like that, and all that fun stuff. And for me, this was a game that made a lot of promises. And I don't even know if you can buy it on the Steam store anymore. I'm gonna check. You cannot buy it anymore. Or maybe you can. Maybe you can. Either way, the game itself is called Folktale. Initially, when it was still in early access, it was supposed to be a city builder with elements of being attacked, and so how are your defenses? It's medieval. You would have like a champion essentially. Looked fantastic. It looked really great. It played pretty interesting. It was actually, I think my brother bought it for me as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back in I want to say it was 2015, if not sooner or earlier. But it was 2015, and at this point, the last update to it was back in 2017. It's been completely abandoned by the developers. It's still in early access. They took it a completely different direction several times. They never actually got around to completing any real portion of the game. They kind of took it from a city builder to some weird action RPG to something else, and it's just
they just didn't know what they wanted to do with it and never figured
they
it
didn't
out.
know what they wanted. They never actually did what they were going to. It just came out bad. And at this point, everything about it, everything is negative. Let's see here. Yeah, and it's a story of basically super cash grab on early access on Steam.
Yep.
To just be abandoned by the devs, and I feel like it still had a lot of potential to do things, and it's unfortunate that it ended up in the state it did.
See, that's actually interesting because I was talking with a friend on my
other Discord,
my D&D server, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've been getting really into 7 Days to Die,"
Oh yeah, yeah,
And he's like, yeah, no, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and we've got all these mods that make it actually playable. And like me and another friend were like, so it's a bad game because you need the mods to like we just picked apart his entire statement. It's just like, okay, so it needs mods to be good to play at all. And I
yeah,
looked at it. The game came out in 2013 and it's still early access.
yeah.
That's a huge red flag for me.
Oh, definitely. And the funny thing is there are elements to that game that are actually really fun. Like the blood moons with the zombies, basically being able to create a base that's like tower defense, so
Right.
you can, so there are interesting and fun aspects to that game because I have played that game as well and
Yeah.
put time into that game
Mm-hmm.
and have friends that like that game as well. But it's like it's true. It's one of those games where it definitely got it was very much when it came out in early access, it was very much like, oh my god, this is awesome. But
Mm-hmm.
then it slowly turned into the cash grab, and just kind of like,
Yep.
yeah, we'll let the community fix it.
Yep.
They're figuring it out. That's fine. So it's unfortunate too.
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, it's just unfortunate, and it sucks because it's a common thing. I think in early access on Steam for a lot of games to start and then just get abandoned. And I mean, obviously, the ones that do come out of early access are generally really good. I
Yeah.
mean, you've got your Rim Worlds, which I mean, it's RimWorld. It started before, RimWorld was out before it even hit Steam Early Access. But
Yeah.
the fact that it came out of Early Access, it's always maintained a 95% or higher rating
Yeah.
on Steam. And there's always constant updates.
Yeah.
I mean, I love RimWorld. RimWorld's a fantastic game. It didn't make my top 10 list because nostalgia. But
There are other better games in your opinion.
there are other better games in my opinion. I love RimWorld still, and I bet if you ask me in another 20 years for a top 10 list, it'll probably be on that list. Mostly because dementia means I'll forget about the other ones I put on my top 10 list. So,
You really think you'll have dementia by 40?
I said 20 years, man.
Oh, 20 years. Okay. You really think you'll have
Yeah.
dementia by 50?
I don't know. Who knows with me?
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I imagine we should see how long we can keep that podcast going. Could you imagine like 20 years from now?
Fucking A, man.
Oh, these kids today don't even know. Back in my day, I could get canceled for saying most of this stuff. So yeah, it's an unfortunate byproduct of Steam Early Access where there's a lot of companies that are very predatory. And I mean, it sucks. It sucks because I had high hopes for that game. It never got finished. It changed what the fuck it was going to be anyways from the beginning.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to see. It will forever be a stain in my Steam library and a remembrance. So
my number 3 is in the same vein as Fable 3.
yeah.
You is it takes a series that was great and just fucking ruined it.
Oh.
And for me, that's Splinter Cell Double Agent.
Oh yeah, I remember you complaining about this.
I mentioned this in the top 10
Yeah.
list, but it Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, and Chaos Theory were so great. They had this just tight stealth action, like espionage. You didn't even have to kill people. You could totally, if you could sneak by them, great.
Yep. It was stealth. Like if you liked stealth games, it was
Fantastic.
it was and is still one of the best stealth games to play.
Yep. But then fucking Double Agent comes out and they try and get you like behind enemy lines as a double agent, and you have to fucking you have to kill Lambert. Like what the like that's a thing that always happens, because that was one where they tried to introduce like different paths you could take.
Yeah, yeah.
but it always resulted, like, no matter what you did, it always resulted in you having to kill Lambert.
Regardless of the paths you would
But
take.
you don't do it on camera. Is just, oh yeah, this is a thing that happened. Like, they explain it in a cutscene, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's the worst.
Steps away from the gameplay so hard. Like, the gameplay mechanics that made it so good, it just walks away from. And then, like, they kind of brought it back with Conviction because they went more on the, like, blending in with the civilian aspect of it. But, and it's like you on the run after everything that happened in Double Agent. You know, it's Sam Fisher on the run after everything that happened in Double Agent, and he's trying to, you know, clear his name, even though, you know, he actually committed fucking war crimes. I was so pissed off and so upset with Double Agent, because I was excited when it came out, and I was like, yeah, another Splinter Cell game, fuck yeah. And then I go, and it's just, everything about it is just a complete step away from what made that series so good.
Yeah. Man. God, so much disappointment today. God. Reliving, and now it's a bummer, and now I'm looking at my number 2 and like, fuck, this is gonna bum me out even more.
Yeah. My number 2 is not that bad, and my number 3 is literally just because I got so fucking pissed off at it. Or my number 1 is just because I got so fucking pissed off at it.
My number 1's like that too, plus it's bad. But, all right, so my number 2, and this, again, first game, amazing. I enjoyed it. I loved it. It had interesting multiplayer gameplay. The single-player story was fantastic. You had to make a lot of hard decisions in the first game. But the second game was basically a what the fuck were they doing? This isn't even close to the same game. That's Homefront 2. And I don't know if you ever played the first Homefront or if you know anything about it. Games. So the first Homefront, which I believe should still be on Steam, and Homefront 2 is Homefront Revolution. But the first Homefront was a very interesting game because it's the year is like 2027, and essentially the U.S. gets hit with an EMP strike and then gets taken over by the Greater Korean Republic. Okay. So yes, a very, very dystopian future, and essentially you are part of a resistance and you're trying to fight back the
Red Dawn sort of thing.
Like a Red Dawn sort of thing, except, you definitely are way, way outgunned. But it was a really good game because there was a lot of interesting just things you had to do. Like, you would occasionally have to leave people behind. It had a very almost Game of Thrones-esque, like, oh, fuck, why is that person dying? Like, why the fuck would you kill this person?
Yeah. You eventually come to the realization it's not if they die, it's when they die.
Yes, which made it fantastic. And even the multiplayer was really good. It had a really good multiplayer experience for an FPS game. It was very different, but it was pretty awesome. Uh-huh. And overall, it was a fantastic game. It was great. And then the sequel happened, which was Homefront 2 or Homefront Revolutions, or The Revolution, which is just a completely different game, not even close to the original. The art was awful, and I don't even know if they've gone back to fix it, but the physics, essentially everything about it, like the game engine was broken. There was nothing good about it. I mean, this top review says it right here. Not all good, not all bad, rightfully mixed reviews. But basically the developers rushed it out and then never did anything else with it. They rushed it. They should have put way more thought and time into it.
Okay.
And
I recognize the cover art for Homefront.
Yeah. Okay. So it was bad. It was a sequel that should have taken way longer to release. But it was also during the whole issue with Deep Silver, a whole bunch of other studio problems.
I see it's a THQ game, which doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. And this was like right before I think THQ got bought out and all that fun stuff.
Because Homefront came out in 2011, and
Yep.
THQ had its issues not long
Was a,
after.
yeah, yeah. And then Homefront, the Revolution happened, and it was just like, what the fuck is this game? It was, again, it was very much like a cash grab. And considering I enjoyed the first one, and then they throw this shit at me, I was just like, why? Why does this keep happening to me? So, I, yeah, I don't know, man. Some days I just want to give up on franchises.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it sucks.
It looks like THQ went under in
What was it,
2013.
Yeah, that's what
Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Yep, and that's when they got sold off and all the IPs got split up.
Yeah.
Deep Silver were the ones who I think picked it up. But they totally fucked it off. Which is totally disappointing. Actually, the funny thing is for the Steam, they don't even really show the game. They show mostly cover art and concept art pieces. So that kind of should tell you just what kind of game it is. If they're not willing to actually show real screenshots and mostly just like done up cover art,
Yeah.
then that's a problem. But yep, that was that one. God, disappointing day so far.
Huh. Looks like Homefront: The Revolution was rebuilt on CryEngine.
Yeah, and it was bad. Whatever they did, it was bad. Like, people were made fun of it.
Which is
to the
interesting, because, like, if you fuck up CryEngine, boy, how do you fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's almost akin to, do you remember the Alien game? Colonial Marines or whatever?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, that's the type of animation that game had for
Fucking
the Revolution.
Yeah. I remember how fucking excited. Like, I had a friend who was a diehard Aliens fan.
Yep.
Like, his favorite movie in the whole fucking franchise was Aliens. Because, like, that's when it got so good. And he was so stoked for that game, and it came out, and he was so mad.
I think a lot of people were mad. There was a lot of
upset.
angry
like,
people.
Yeah. Like, you think people are upset about Cyberpunk? Oh, man.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, man.
Sega fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they really did.
Okay. My number 2. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow, that's the spin-off to Sonic, right?
Yeah.
See, I never got Shadow. I never understood it, so I think I avoided it.
What got me into the Sonic franchise was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube.
Okay.
Which is widely panned as a terrible game. And I'll agree. It's bad. Because it's like... And I've actually seen Pro Jared back in the day did a breakdown of like why Sonic Adventure 2 is the way it is like why does it have such mixed feelings upon review. It's because there were the hero's path and the dark path, right? And the hero's path has you playing as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, the hero path is Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and the dark path is Shadow, Eggman, and Rouge the Bat. And you get to and like you start out both sides as either Sonic or Shadow. Hero side you start out as Sonic, dark side you start out as on the dark side you start out as Eggman, that's right. The very first level you do is Eggman because you're going to unlock Shadow.
Okay.
That's the lore. But you play these either the Sonic or the Shadow levels, and they're so tight. They work. They're very fast. Like they're the fast-paced 3D Sonic runner. Like this feels good. And then you get to then you get to like a Tails or Eggman level, and you're like, oh, okay,
this is awful.
I'm just mashing A to kill everything. and kind of jumping horribly, and oh, I can hover now. And then you get to either a Knuckles or Rouge level, and it's like, I have to find what now? So like that's but then you get back to a Sonic or Shadow level, and you're like, yeah, this feels good, and then you just rinse and repeat.
Wow. Okay, that's so. There's no consistency to it. From the sound
There's
of it.
3 different types of gameplay,
And only one of it seems
and
really
only
good.
one of them is actually enjoyable.
That sucks.
Which is why, but that was my first. Plus, there's like the Chow, like there's a little, like you could get little pets that you could level up, and that was fucking adorable. Like you could race them. This is cute.
Oh my god, that is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pets
then,
in games
right,
are huge.
I know. And it was like you had like a whole separate area of the game. And like that was the only way you could see Tails or Eggman outside of their fucking like big mecha machine. Because that's how those two played, is they had these big mechs that they were in that could shoot and stuff. But that was the only place. Right. So Eggman was super doopy because he's got these long skinny legs.
Yeah.
But they all run super fast. So Eggman's just running with these just long, gangly legs.
Oh my god!
Big fat body. But then you get to Shadow the Hedgehog, and you're like, why is he using guns? Why is he shooting the motorcycle? What? Why? What?
Because he's a bad boy, man. Like motorcycles and guns. That's what make it.
Blew me away when he died, and Shadow goes, "Damn." And I was like,
shit.
What? They say bad words in this game?
I said, damn.
It was rated E10. It blew my mind. I was like 14 when it came out. I was super stoked because Shadow was my favorite character in Sonic Adventure 2. That was the game he was introduced. And I was like, yeah, Shadow. He's the edgy boy. Ah! Like the cover art for that game is regularly edited to just say "Ow the Edge."
Wow, that's amazing.
But you get into it, and it's just like, and then it's one of those like, if you do this in the level, you get to go on this path. You do this in the level, you get to go on this path, and
yeah.
But the way to get the good ending was so hard. So it was just like, it's not worth your time. No matter what I did, I almost always ended up either in a bad or neutral ending.
Oh, that sucks.
And there were like 16 different endings you could get to. Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
It was huge.
Who produced this game?
Oh yeah.
Like, who is the director? It sounds like a freaking Nier game with that many endings. Holy shit. Which, that guy, by the way. God damn.
Developer Sega Studio USA, Yuji Naka, Takashi Izuka, Kazuyuki Hashino. But it was just bad.
Okay, so as long as it wasn't Taro Yoko, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah,
that guy. Holy shit. You've heard about all of his crazy stuff as far as games, right?
Not really.
So Dragon Guard was the big one, because he is notorious for multiple endings, but they all require various things. I mean, for instance, in Nier Automata, there's an ending that basically requires you to complete the game 100%, and you have to delete that save file, and you cannot rename a second save file with the same name that you deleted it. So it basically means you 100% the entire game, and then you have to completely wipe your save file and create a new game to get that specific ending. And it's the man is legendary for just fucking with people.
Okay, so there were 10 different endings.
God, that's a lot of endings. But yeah, it's yeah. What the best part though is right here in Wikipedia. Yoko does not consider his writing to be as dark as others see it, while admitting that he deliberately incorporates dark elements. Yeah. There's if you ever go through a phase and want to read some stuff, check out Dragon Guard. That is a very fucked up game when it comes down to it.
I still need to play Nier Automata.
And that's another.
I've only heard good things about it. I just need to.
It's a good, great game, and there's a lot of fucked up shit in that game.
I know.
And again, this was all done by Yoko Taro, and he just finds every which way to fuck with players, both mentally and you're probably gonna play Nier Automata and be like, Jesus, really? Really? Like, this is fucking awful. Like, the game is great, but holy shit, the story took a turn, and we're taking other turns, and we're breaking dimensions and going through another turn, probably a tunnel. And yeah, the man likes to fuck with his audience, and he does a really good job. Yeah, we're underwater. I'm being waterboarded. It's yeah, and he's a very interesting guy. I would definitely play Nier Automata.
Because like
it's
the
a good game.
whole concept of the game is them trying to like find their humanity or struggle with their personhood, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll let you go in with that basis. I'll let you go in with that thought.
That's
yeah.
literally that's a good all I know about the game.
That's a good happy thought to go in on. So I'll let you go in with that one.
And like 2B and like is hot lolly fuck up girl, That's about
not
Lolita,
lolly, but yeah.
Lolita, sorry.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Like but no, like
yeah. It's a if you play it whenever you play it, it'll be interesting.
Boob window cosplays and
yeah,
very accurate. It was like this feels a little gratuitous, and they're like, no, that's just game accurate. Where it's like her in a position, straight up the skirt, booty shot.
Well, yeah, she'll actually smack away the camera too if you stare too long.
What, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a thing.
That's kind of that's a neat touch.
So in Nier Automata, it has a total of 26 endings and epilogues.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yep. So the majority of them are silly joke endings that are not canon to the main story, while others offer a different perspective on the main story. Sometimes you will need to fulfill certain requirements to reach a specific ending, such as fully maxing out every weapon in the game or removing an item from your inventory. It's a very
there's a speed run for every ending. There has to be.
Yeah, there is. So like ending A is literally just complete the game for your first time. Ending B, continue from your save file after completing ending A, stuff like that. But then, like I said, there's one where you literally have to delete your 100% completed game, create a new game with a new save file name, and then play it. So there's things like that.
Wow.
And there's just so many others. Ending I during the playthrough. Yeah,
okay.
Ridiculous amount of endings. Which is the bad one? Oh, that's the bad one. Oh, yeah, there's that one too. I forgot about that one. Oof.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right.
Number one.
Number one for me. Man, how I know how, because Activision is the publisher.
Oh, that's a clue.
Yeah, so for me, it's pretty straightforward and simple. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, because it basically destroyed everything that Modern Warfare had built towards, which means it went backwards.
Well, isn't like the Modern Warfare team and the Black Ops team two different?
Yeah, they're two different studios. But here's the problem. Here's the fucking problem.
They're using the same engine.
No, they're not. That's also part of the problem. Oh, here we go. So, Modern Warfare came out in 2019. I loved it. It brought me back to the Call of Duty franchise. The gunplay was fantastic. The sounds were fantastic.
Oh yeah,
The new
you were
the
on
new
that.
engine was fantastic. I played every season. I maxed out every season. I maxed out every battle pass for every season. I wasn't Warzone. I'm not a big BR fan. I'm just done. They're very played out. But Warzone is still easily considered the best battle royale
Yep.
because it works. It's good. There's 150 players. It looks good. It plays good. All of that was Infinity Ward and Raven Studios. Now they're like, oh, Treyarch's coming out with their Cold War game, and it's like, yeah, trailers look great, but they're playing on an old engine. They're playing on their old engine. They don't have a new engine, which means they're lacking a lot of features that Modern Warfare brought in. All of their guns sound the same. All of their guns have no fucking recoil. All of their guns are soulless pieces of shit that should never be used by anybody. That's not my problem. That's a Black Ops problem. The problem is they put all of that shit into Warzone. And essentially what they did is they got rid of the Modern Warfare moniker and they just turned it into Warzone, Modern Warfare. So now it's just Modern Warfare is just the BR game. Here's the thing. If I launch Modern Warfare right now, it will give me an ad on the left side of my monitor to buy Black Ops Cold War. And then it will say, or do you want to play Warzone or do you want to play multiplayer? And it's like, it basically...
play a good game.
Yeah, so it's like, Black Ops has constantly been on sale. They constantly keep trying to push it. Nobody wants to fucking play it. Everybody complains about the guns in it. Everybody complains about how terrible the movement system is in it. Everybody complains about how it's not Modern Warfare and why couldn't they use a new engine? And
that was just a mistake on Treyarch's part.
And they basically cut Infinity Ward off at the knees and will not let them support Modern Warfare because it is a direct competitor to Black Ops.
Because it's not the newest thing. So
it's not the newest thing.
Any money.
So we only got six seasons for Modern Warfare, with planned releases that I'm sure aren't going to happen now.
Of course not.
They pretty much they had to strip back a bunch of stuff. They combined some other stuff with Warzone. They completely took out all the achievements that we earned over those 6 seasons. So I can't even go back to very other seasons and look at all the shit that I did to max out that season. They basically just completely stripped the game down and was just kind of like, well, there you go. This is what you're stuck with. They don't do playlist updates as frequent as they do anymore for multiplayer. And it seems like they just don't care. So that game coming out, which here's the thing. I mean, look, I understand Activision. Activision likes money. Activision does stupid things to make money. But they had something with Warzone where they could have, and they probably should have, taken Call of Duty from a 1-year cycle and turned it into a fucking 2-year cycle.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something they've...
Treyarch time to actually build a good engine.
Well, giving Treyarch time to build an engine, giving Infinity Ward more time to push out new seasons, which means more battle passes, which means you're still making money, and you're still making skins for the game, you're still selling bundles,
Yep.
You're doing all this shit still, and instead they release a half-ass game that anybody who loved Modern Warfare absolutely hates, and then they have the gall to basically be like, oh, okay, here's Black Ops guns, we're just going to throw all that in Warzone and hope it all works out. And it's fucking atrocious and terrible. Like, I went from playing Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare, every day for at least a couple of hours to I haven't touched it in like weeks. And I think I only popped on because somebody just wanted to play Warzone. That was it. And even then I was like good for 2 games and I'm like, all right guys, I'm out. Like, I'm going to go back to do something else. Like, this just isn't fun. Like, there's no reason to play these new seasons because they don't affect anything in Modern Warfare. Yeah. It's all for Black Ops.
Yep.
So I'd rather not give Treyarch more money or Activision more money and just let it burn. And at this point, it's completely turned me off to the next Modern Warfare game they're going to release because I don't want to put in the effort to then have it stripped back away again. Yep. What's the point?
Yep.
I mean, they pretty much just shit in my mouth as soon as Black Ops came out. Said, "Oh, look, all your achievements, they don't mean dick." Haha.
That's fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
That's genuinely fucked up.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I mean, I got to the point where I was in the top 1 or 0% on leaderboards for everything, too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I put in time. I perform in that game. I mean, shit, there's videos out there of me doing disgusting things on stream to people and just having them leave or, you know, whatever. I mean, I've told you some of the stories about how we would just like
start barking at that dude.
That one guy. That was funny. To have him and like his 5 buddies back out, that was fantastic. I wish I would have been streaming that night because that was hilarious. Yeah, and it's like going from shit like that to basically then not having any of my achievements show. It's like, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the fucking point of me actually playing then? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's just that game,
and that's
that
just
company.
Further proof that companies like Actiblizzard just don't.
Yep, they don't care
about the players. They don't care. They only want money. And as soon as something is more profitable in their mind, that's what they're gonna put their focus on. And for them, it's always gonna be the newest thing.
Yeah,
and they're gonna make anything older not worth your time.
Yeah,
because I guarantee if people are still into Black Ops 4, it's hot garbage.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, it was hot garbage before they abandoned it, so that's why
it was all right. Is the most it's the most recent Black Ops game it's the most recent Call of Duty game I've actually put any amount of time in.
Yeah.
Because my friend and I used to do he was sharing his he had his PlayStation account on my console.
Oh yeah, so you guys could share games.
So we could share games because he was letting me play Spider-Man. And he's like, "Oh, by the way, I have Black Ops if you want to give that a shot." And I was like, "Cool." So I just hopped on and I played it. I played it for 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, "Yeah, this was fine. I've gotten my fill. I'm done." This was I have gotten the exact amount of enjoyment for how much money I'm willing to pay.
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours of enjoyment for having to pay $0. That's decent for me.
And I remember when you came over, I had you check out Modern Warfare because you know it was the first Call of Duty that supported ray tracing and everything like that. And I mean, I think even you were like, this game looks gorgeous.
Oh, it looked beautiful. It handled very well. It was great, but I generally don't care about those games, so I'm not going to spend my own money to get it.
Yeah, but I mean, see, that's the thing though, is you have something beautiful like they did with Modern Warfare. New engine, ray tracing support, and it's ray tracing support where if you play it, you actually don't get penalized because it's just the lighting, and it actually turns out pretty damn well. And I think I lose 5 frames overall if I have it on. Yeah, although to be fair, it since it does actually basically look like real lighting, it actually does hinder multiplayer a little bit because it's like, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking blind. I can't see that guy.
That's why they don't truncate it, because it actually puts you at a slight disadvantage.
Yeah, so, but to take a game like that and then basically have Treyarch release sloppy seconds of an old engine with poor animations, poor gunplay, poor sounds, what the fuck? It's just unreal to me. So yeah, that game is my number 1 because it completely just shit on the faces of anybody who enjoyed Modern Warfare and yet gets praised as being some sort of amazing game by those, I'm assuming, who it just caters to. So
oh yeah, no, there are people who will suck the dick of Activision as long as they're making Call of Duty games.
Yeah, I know. That's my number 1.
Okay.
I fucking hate Activision. Sorry, go ahead.
Activision is horrible. My number 1 worst game of all time it's actually an indie title.
Oh wow, that to me is surprising.
It's actually an indie
So
title, but it's called Try of Friendship and Madness, and I
I
believe
have you. I feel like you've talked about this before.
I talked about it briefly, and I sent you a link to my playthrough of it.
Oh, that's right. I remember the story behind this.
Oh yeah, that is the one and only game that has ever made me actually angry. Like Juliana can attest, it made me mad. Like I get frustrated at games, but I don't rage quit. I don't
Yeah,
get pissed off. I don't like I'll have moments where it's like, oh fuck, like when the creeper blows me up after I've been mining for an hour and a half,
yeah. Or when you fall in lava.
or I fall. Yeah, the creeper blows me up and it pushes me into lava and I lose all my shit. Like that's upsetting, but it's not
Yeah.
rage inducing, you know?
Yep.
This game actually broke me as a human being. It actually put me into anger mode, which is it's very hard to
impressive.
make me actually angry.
Yeah.
It just the way it's so it's a puzzle game, and the way you navigate like it's an interesting concept. That's why I even played it. But the way it actually handles and deals with is just not great, because you have to like create these triangles in certain ways to get to certain places, and I don't know if I was just doing it wrong. I don't know if, and I mean, ironically, the channel name was "We're Doing It Wrong." But I don't know if I was just like so off base that it just didn't click, or what, but I could not. I played like 6 half-hour long episodes of that game.
Oh jeez.
And by the 4th episode you can see me start to die inside. And then by the 6th episode I am genuinely enraged at the end of the episode. Like, I'm done. I'm not playing this anymore. This is awful, horrible. I can't. This is so bad.
It's amazing. That's a good one. Top one. I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
that is definitely better than mine.
It actually put me over the edge and put me in a headspace that I'm not normally in and is difficult to get me to. It is the worst game I have ever played.
Now, could you also reverse that and say that might be the best game you've ever played because it was able to drive you to such, like, madness and anger?
No.
All right.
No. Video games are supposed to make me feel good.
That's true. You might not want to play Nier.
They're supposed to make me feel things.
Oh, okay. If you're gonna feel things,
yeah. So. But if they're making me feel anger at how poorly the game handles, that's a bad game.
Oh, yeah.
If the game itself controls well, but gives me feelings of anger or sadness, that's a game doing its job. But if a game controls poorly, which is causing me to feel anger and sadness, that's a bad game.
That's amazing. I need to watch that series. Yeah. I know you linked it to me, so
I know
I just need to do it.
Sent it. It was a while ago that I sent it to you.
Yeah, it was, but
Jimmy Burr. Oh, there it is.
Oh, did you see that thing I sent you last night from Reddit?
Yeah, dude flying face first to the fucking fence.
Apparently he died. So
what, for real?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was combing through comments because I wanted to find out. I mean, and I guess it's been posted before.
Did you watch the Hey Kill thing I said?
Oh yeah, that's a classic, dude.
JPEG looks like.
Dude, that is a between that one and the hot dog song that came about from that. I don't know if I ever sent you the hot dog one.
I don't think you did.
All right, I'm gonna have to. YouTube. There's a. Oh God.
Oh, I've got a thing. I've got a thing for you.
Okay. Yeah, you should just start that hot dog one. That's fantastic.
Oh no.
Oh, the genius one. I saw
Yeah.
that. I saw that.
Turtleneck.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, I posted that. Like, I posted that in my shit post channel. I was like, this is perfect. It's one of the best things I've ever seen on the internet. But now I'm concerned.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
It's that beat, son.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
That's a bop, dude.
It's a banger, son.
That's a bop.
That's a good one.
Share that with the group.
Excellent. By the way, I watched
my boys.
I watched the train wreck that was Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Jesus
It
Christ,
was
dude! Holy shit! I don't even know. Well, I watched it while I was falling asleep. Because I was like, well, if I fall asleep, it's no big deal.
I'm not missing.
I mean, within the first, I would say 10 minutes, I was already like, I don't buy Mila Jovovich as an Army Ranger. An Army Ranger.
A ranger?
She was a ranger. An Army Ranger, like recon group. It was bad. It was just all around bad. There was no real story building between worlds. Ron Perlman plays the main dude. You find that out, and there's going to be more. They ended it
on a cliffhanger.
On a sequel, guaranteed. So she's basically went from Resident Evil. They milked that franchise, and now shit's gonna go to Monster Hunter.
Fuck.
It was fucking awful. The animation was good. I will say that much.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the monsters look great.
The monsters looked good. I can't give any. There was a really cool scene where Ti basically gets infected with spiders, and they start crawling out of his skin. That was cool. Yeah, that because he was like, my arm, what's wrong? And he like lift his shirt, and there's like all these egg sacs, and these spiders start like hatching out of his skin and like fucking him up. That was cool. That was actually pretty grisly, and I was like, God, I fucking hate spiders.
That will be my reaction.
Yep, I got in trouble because there were spiders, and I was like, she's like, why'd you put this on? I'm like, I haven't watched this. What the hell? I was like, I don't even think those are in the game. Like,
they're not.
Giant spiders?
No, there's like giant spiders, but you can catch them in a net, or you can destroy their web and they go away.
Yeah, these were like gigantic fucking spiders.
I saw that in the trailer, and I was like, "There's not giant spiders in Monster Hunter."
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Okay.
At
least not in World. I don't know about any other games.
They might have been taken from other games. Diablos was a big dick enemy for most of the game, or most of the movie. And then there was a Rathalos. That was the other enemy. It was just bad.
That show up?
A Rathalos, Diablos, and then at the end there was like some weird thing that didn't have a face. Hold on.
Picture of it, I could probably figure it out.
Yeah, I need to find a monster list here. Ah, yes, this completely helps me. Monster Hunter, Movie monster list. There we go. Well, spelled monster wrong. Whatever. Yeah. So we had the Black Diablos, Nursilla, which. Oh, they first appeared in Monster Hunter 4. Okay. Rathalos. Not you. Gore. Gore Magala. That's another Monster Hunter 4, I guess. But that appeared, I believe that was the one that appeared at the end. Yeah. It appeared at the end of the movie, and then it's like Mila Jovovich's character, Ron Perlman's character. Which the funny thing is, I like Ron Perlman, and he actually fits really well for Monster Hunter. At least I think that was Ron Perlman. Otherwise, it's somebody who fucking looks just like him. And talks like him. So that would be really awkward if I got that wrong. Was that him or was it? Oh, that was him. He played the Admiral. Which his wig was fucking atrocious. So there's that. But yeah, they killed off most of the cast within the first 20 minutes of the movie, and then yeah, Mila Jovovich's character takes lead with the other dude, Asian guy,
The dude that
played
ate
Axe.
in the world.
Yeah, the dude that played Axe, I believe, was his character's name or something. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised it has a 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb. That to me just means that these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. 8.8% gave it a 10. Those people should probably be shot.
Those people, I guarantee those people have never played the games.
Probably. Yikes. Yeah, because a majority of people gave it a 6 out of 10, which is still too high in my opinion. That shouldn't be higher than a 4, to be brutally honest. It was just bad. There's nothing good to say about this movie. In fact,
W.S. Anderson is a garbage director.
Yeah, and it's just bad. Ugh. He should be drawn and quartered in the streets. That sounds bad too, but because he did all the Resident Evil shit too, right? Yeah, and Death Race. Well, there you go. There's this man's an Alien vs Predator.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I actually enjoyed that though.
So did I.
But there you go. Yeah, it was bad. I have nothing good to say about it, other than the creatures look cool, and I enjoyed Ron Perlman's character because he's just Ron Perlman, and he can get away with being an asshole. So, otherwise, there was literally no building of any kind. Mila Jovovich apparently is just a natural with swords, because apparently that's what, Army Rangers can do that.
I saw they gave her dual blades, which is like, fucking really? Okay.
Yeah, they gave her dual blades, and yep, she's apparently super good with them right out of the gate.
Because they got like
yep.
the hunter dude with a fucking great sword and a bow.
Yeah, which he's really good with that bow.
Cool.
I think he fires that thing about half a mile, so super good.
Which is totally inaccurate to how the bow actually works.
Yeah, no, it definitely is very much.
The bow in the game is literally like firing spears. It's not arrows. It's fucking like 6 foot long spears.
Oh yeah,
with a 3 foot air. Like, this is meant to fuck shit up, not just be like pew.
Yeah, he's very proficient with that bow. Let's just say that. Yeah, nothing about this was believable. I mean, don't get me wrong, Monster Hunter in general is not believable. It's a fantasy world, but the character typecast for Mila Jovovich was absolutely awful.
I mean, you know why she keeps getting cast in his movies, right?
But yeah, they're married.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know why. That doesn't mean I have to like it.
Fair.
It was just, it was a bad movie. I would say if you don't have anything you're doing and you really don't care, go ahead and watch it. But otherwise, you can pass. Just know there will be sequels, and they will probably be just as bad. Maybe. I don't know. Ron Perlman, if he's in the next one, will probably carry it, to be fair. If they're smart, they'll kill Jovovich and keep him alive and go
If
from
it's
there.
Paul W.S. Anderson, it's just going to be
I know.
Jovovich, the movie, again.
Yeah. And it really was, too. That's the funny thing. Like, I mean, not only was she not believable as an Army Ranger, but
I'm looking
just
through
her overall character.
I'm looking through screenshots on the mobile IMDb.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
every third frame is a fucking ad
Yeah.
for IMDb or some Amazon garbage.
Oh, yeah. IMDb is an awful website now. Yeah, it was just a bad fucking movie.
Oh, God, that LUT. Ugh. I hate when they do that, when they take like a scene that's obviously filmed in broad daylight and just put a blue LUT over it to make it seem like it's a nighttime shot.
Yeah. There was quite a few of those. Yeah. Oh, the Palicos were awesome. They had Palicos in there.
Yeah, I saw they got the Meowscular chef from
Monster
Hunter World.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a pretty popular character.
It's pretty funny too. Like he brings Ron Perlman some food, and he looks in his drink, and there's a fucking hairball in there. He's like, "Were you drinking out of my cup again? God damn it!" And it was like, he just looks back at him. That was funny. Like, and that's why, like, if they really wanted it to be successful, kill off Jovovich, give Perlman the lead, and just let him go.
Yeah,
because he could actually pull off being in Monster Hunter, because he looks like he fucking already does belong in Monster Hunter.
Well, yeah, because Ron Perlman's a fucking amazing actor.
Yeah, I mean, we had Hellboy, so
yeah,
I can buy him in Monster Hunter. I
Yeah.
can't buy Jovovich in Monster Hunter. Ugh. Oh, and apparently she's coming to Monster Hunter World. That's good.
Yeah, they had a promo thing.
I just saw that.
It's been going on for a while since the movie came out. I haven't fucked
dumb.
with it at all.
Dumb, stupid, dumb.
Yeah.
Stupid, dumb,
Like,
dumb,
I
stupid,
noticed
dumb.
it in my last stint of playing Monster Hunter, and I was like, oh, well, that's a thing. I just kept playing the game normally, because I started playing fucking Sword and Shield and ending monsters. Oh my god. Like, I was
That's
like,
right.
oh yeah, bow's great, but Sword and Shield. It's like that meme from Wonder Woman 84 is like, life's good, but it could be better. Life's good, but it could be better.
I
Sword and
still need to watch that.
Yeah, me too. But I still need to finish Spider-Man Far From Home. Julianne and I started that on Valentine's Day, but we never finished it.
Oh, that's a good one. I'd finish that.
We were enjoying it. We got like an hour in.
Especially because they got what's his face.
I really like Jake Gyllenhaal's character in that.
Yeah.
But again, we only got an hour in, so we know that there's more.
Yes, there is more. Solid movie. I'm actually really looking forward to the third one too. So.
Oh, they confirmed a third one?
Yeah, they actually let what's his face confirm it on his Instagram.
Wow, they let Tom Holland say something on social media.
They let Tom Holland announce it.
I still love the screenshot of like, oh yeah, breaking news: Tom Holland accidentally leaks the entire Avengers Endgame on Twitter. He just replies, for a hot second, I thought I actually did.
So No Way Home is the Spider-Man 3 title.
Interesting.
Yep. So I think that's, we're going to... Dude, so the theory is, and I share this with Jeff Ray at work, because of the cast announce on certain things. I'm assuming that we're getting a Spider-Verse, essentially, live action. So here's my hope, and I pray that this reaches somebody who can make these decisions. Bring back Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin that we all want and need and deserve. Holy shit. I would probably like ejaculate in my pants if that happened, honestly. Like, give him the proper costume and just keep him as the Green Goblin, and that's all I need in that movie. So I'm really hoping that they do it proper.
Tom Holland's contract is up after No Way Home.
I'm sure
they'll re-up that.
there's no way they won't. He's easily been the most popular Spider-Man.
Whoa.
I mean,
okay.
Whoa, okay.
I just saw the cast list and I'm like, really?
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, if they're bringing back Alfred Molina and Jamie Foxx, they kind of have to.
Well, so Jamie Foxx, yeah, was
Unless
definitely slated for.
Unless they're gonna bring in Franco.
They might. I really well. I mean,
because it'd be Franco as the Hobgoblin, which we never really got in Spider-Man 3.
yeah. I don't know.
But
It's
that's absolutely setting up a Spider-Verse because we're getting Alfred Molina from the Raimi Spider-Man movies, and then we're getting Jamie Foxx from the Amazing Spider-Man movies. They have to do something. And then Benedict Cumberbatch confirms multiverse stuff.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited though. I mean, look, anything Marvel at this point, I'm excited for. I still need to watch WandaVision from yesterday, so I don't know.
Same.
Okay. All right. So I heard good things. It was what did I ask specifically? I asked Jeff Ray yesterday because he always watches it night of release. Yeah, and I was like, okay. I was like, no spoilers. I haven't seen it, but was it a good episode? He said, what did he say specifically? He said it was there wasn't any crazy reveals or anything like that, but it was still answering, and a lot of questions answered. We get more answers and stuff. So, because you're caught up now, right? Aside from
other than last night's episode, I'm caught up.
Yeah. How about
Yep. I'm not surprised. That caught me a little off guard, but like as they did their little reveal throughout, I was like, yeah, okay.
I called that episode 1. I just had a feeling. And the more it kept going, as soon as she gave birth to the twins, I was like, it's got to happen. If it doesn't happen, then yeah. But as soon as the twins happened, I was like, I know where this is going. So I was very excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm interested to see how that goes.
Oh, and here's the thing. There's a rumor, and this isn't confirmed,
right?
Because everybody's still expecting a very big name to hit.
Oh yeah.
And people are thinking, oh, is it Magneto? Is it Professor X? There's a rumor because Paul Bettany said he got to work with somebody that he's always wanted to work with.
Oh.
People have combed through interviews and tons of shit. There's a rumor that the next big one might be Al Pacino, and they might bring him in as Mephisto.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that character.
Basically the devil.
Oh, that'd be fucking sick.
Yeah. It's very rumor. There's nothing supporting any of these claims other than a lot of nerds looking up a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
So, but that is the rumor right now. So we'll see. I don't know. That'd be interesting. I'd be intrigued by that. But yeah. I'm excited though. I need to go watch that. I should go watch that now.
Yeah, we need to. It is time. We're hour.
Oh, is it? Are we at time?
We're at hour 50.
Really?
We hit time like
Jeez.
right when we finished our list.
Oh wow! I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's pretty decent episode.
Yeah, I mean we had lists and stuff. We covered some fun stuff.
Talk about.
We had tech news. We hadn't had that in a while.
Yeah.
So
we still need to be thinking about our top favorite movies. We still have.
Is that a 5 or a top 10?
Top
That's a
10.
top 5, right?
Favorite movies is a top 10.
It's a top 10.
But that's why I gave us like 2 months starting last week.
Yeah. I'm still gonna cut that to the wire. I know it.
Oh, me too. But I've been slowly thinking because I'm combing through all of the movies, and I was like, okay, no, that has to, because I also have to go back. Like, I'm personally going to go back and watch all of my movies.
Yeah. I know what my 10 is right out of the gate, and I've rewatched it recently. And it's funny how things from being a child to being an adult translate, because holy shit, that was a fucked up movie, but I thought it was great when I was a child. So.
I'm working on, like, I'm kind of working with my top 5 right now that I have kind of brewing. But
yeah.
It's still new. It's still fresh. We're still working on it. So.
And all this to give you, the viewer, the listener, content you deserve.
Yep.
So.
Or something.
Oh, and expect more rants, because that's what I do. So.
Yeah, that is what you do.
Oh, yeah, I get to check out Sierra Springs and see about getting water delivered, so
Correct.
That's exciting.
You're welcome for that.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad that got solved, because otherwise that was going to be a massive rant. So,
yeah. Anyway, thank you
Problem
guys
solvers.
so much for watching and putting up with whatever this is.
Oh,
uh-oh.
And just before we go, Tucker Carlson, if you're out there, I will fuck you up. Come on, come get it. I'm gonna push this until he says something. I think is what I'm gonna do.
I made sure to tag him in the actual tweet.
I saw that, and I wish he would have responded.
I added that motherfucker.
I feel like I should tweet him every hour, like make a bot to tweet him every hour about how I want to just box him.
Just at Tucker Carlson, fight me.
Fight me, yeah. That tweet had over 400 and something views on it.
Jesus, the video itself only got 11.
Yeah, well, I can't,
But for the duration it took to get 11 is better than anything else we've done. So.
Yay, metrics. All right.
Woo. Anyway, thank you for watching and putting up with whatever this is. And
it's a show.
Yes, it's a show. Oh, okay.
Boop. I booped the audience. What do you want from me?
That's how